好，开始了啊！你这个，
啥？
你这个能搜到他不能换了个账号啊
你不用你这，你点一下这个，复制一下链接，
？Alex 人，
复制链接，对，然后发到群里。你微信登录了？
这啥人？
你登一下微信发群里。
我这儿已经开始了，我再登一下微信，是不是直播出去了？
嫌麻烦我给你登，那你开始呗。
你
你要嫌麻烦我给你登，你直接开始播呗。
对我这直接就开始了啊！
那你播呗。
那个啥了？好。Hello everyone, this is Jasper from Moderates Corporation Limited, and we are a professional supplier about chain system. And about our chain system, we are a very professional for chain system solution supplier, and including axle and suspension products. Just as you know, suspensions and axle just applied for all kinds of the vehicles, but our products just mainly applied such as this kind of the vehicle and this kind of the vehicle. And so our products just mainly applied for all kinds of the bus, and such as transportation bus and school bus and a mini one and so on. And about our chain system, we have over 16 experience about a chain system developing and researching. After 16 years developing, we have become the strategy business of the Yutong Group. Yes, we are a Yutong Group the device and focus on chain system manufacturing and researching. About our products has exported to a lot of the country from all over around the world, and such as Asia, Thailand, such as Africa, Egypt, such as Europe and Germany, even America and so on, including Russia. So about our chain system, we have a lot of appearance and maturity keys. So our products it's a very good products approved well by the market. Right now, I just want to discuss some information and chain system and axles and suspensions products to everyone. If everyone have any question and any suggestion, welcome everyone leaving your comments below our videos, and we will reply you and connect it with you. And right now, let me begin to introduce and to sharing our products to everyone. At first, I want to introduce it about our suspensions products. We have developed all kinds of the cereals to our products bus, and our products just mainly applied for all kinds of the Yutong bus, such as just like this bus and this bus. And so our products such as suspension, we have different developed developed such as the serial number from SI serials and SF serials and SF serials and so on. And SI serials just mean applicated for front as suspicion. Front as suspicion just mean the installation position is at the front of the bus, and SR serials just mean the installation position is at the rear of the bus, and SI serials just mean it's a kind of independent suspension products, including low flow suspensions, just like applied for public bus. And at first, I want to introduce it both our SF serials suspicions to everyone, and SF serials suspicions. We have a lot of features to share to everyone. And the first one I want to introduce, the first one feature that I wanted to introduce, it's about parallel technology applied for our suspicions. And it's parallel technology is a special technology from America and with a USA patient. Yes, it's American technology. And the different is it's a special button nut technology. Just you can check. It's a button and not just a combination. It's a combination web body and it's not easy. It's not easy release and losing. And thus this kind of the button nut it can be rapidly used, so the maintenance cost just will be done. And this kind of the technology it can be installation with the standard screws. So this kind of the button nut it's a different and the standard. And also this kind of the button nut it can be used under all kind of the travel conditions and high temperature and to keep hand high performance in just mean it have a very stable performance. And this kind of the button nut and it can be used without any other auxiliary parts such as gasket, brake gasket, spring gasket, and stop gasket. So it's a very easy technology. And okay, the next one I want to introduce to sharing it's about our all kind of structured bats, and our structured bat just the material is made by the high spring steel materials, so the body is very strong and the using life is very long, and also the fatigue life is also longer. Also is longer than about the bearing, and this kind of the parts the name is the spherical hand. Also it's a different product such as the material just is made by alloy and the processing technology is forged. So the fanny life and the body strong is then the body strings is very strong, and the rubber and this kind of material is made by natural rubber. So the fanny life is longer. And about the fish bearing bashing, we also adopted some different technology, such as we adopted the pre-compaction technology. Just will make our manufacturing cost is lower than our competitors' products. So well done our bus manufacturing cost. And the number three feature I want to introduce is about our steering knuckles. Steering knuckle, we just adopted the needle roller bearings. Needle roller bearings also is a very good technology for the bus rotating performance, such as the longer using life and the high traffic abilities performance, and also including it can be controlled both the direction of the bus and so on. And on the next one, I want to sharing about our suspicions. It's about some special parts, and let me show you. Because such as this kind of the absorber, and also including this kind of absorber. So it's including this kind of absorber. It's very different two kind of the products, and I will introduce very clear to everyone for normal about our products and details to everyone. And about our suspicions products, we just cooperated a lot of the famous brands such as the Saks and the Candidac and the Battle and the Vivo and so on. Just because we have a lot of the famous products or famous suppliers to guaranteeing our products quality, so our our suspicions or axles the product's quality is very stable and can keep high performance. Both our valve valves, just we adopted the valve, the height valve to control the aerosols for the airbag and the air brake system. So our brake system just can be offered two kind of the system for our customer for option. And one just is it has a pneumatic brake system, and another just in the hydraulic brake system for our customer. And the pneumatic about the brake type, we also can offer two kinds of structure for our customer. And one is the brake is a brick type, or disk type, and then another type is a drum brake system, a drum brake system. Okay, just finished some introducing of the structure parts and the bolts and nuts and so on. Introducing the next one, I want to sharing some details about our absorber system to everyone. About the absorber system, just as you know, it's very, very important for the suspension system. The performance of the suspension just will depend just directly up to the performance of the suspensions. So I want to sharing about our absorber system. The airbag absorber, this kind of the airbag absorber, just near the camera for everyone to check the details. You can check the brand is County-Tech, and the brand is County-Tech. So this kind of the products just we cooperated with County-Tech. And why it is different? Just because we just adopted the furthest curtain to minutes. So it just means the thickness is better than our competitors' products, and also we designed the unique card. And our airbag absorber is also adopted some different design and can installation for everyone. And this is airbag base, and this is kind of the cover and a combination one body. And so it's a kind of the separate HLA design and AZ installation and I installation. And this kind of structure just warmed as the maintenance cost is down and it decreases. And this kind of the structure design is a separate edged design, and the structure is compact. So the manufacturing cost is will be down. And the next I want to showing it's a different tower separated design. This kind of the one body just mean integrated type of airbag. And this kind of airbag, and such as if any part is broken, you need to replace the four parts. And about our airbag, you just need to check the broken one is okay. The broken one is okay, and you don't need to change anything to everything. Okay, about our absorber system. Additionally, I want to share it's about a spring screen type observers, and such as this kind of observer, you can check very clear and careful this kind of the observers. You can check the diameter of the cylinder is very big, then compare the products. Yes, our observers the diameter of the cylinder just can be reached 45 millimeters, and about other the product just is very small, and the diameter cylinder generally is 35 diameter. So just mean in our observer, our sub observer just can be suffering enough shock from the body of the movement when the bus is running. Okay, just finished introducing some feature of the suspicions. I want to sharing of a real product. And just want to sharing a real product to everyone, a real application to everyone, such as this kind of the bus. Just it's a bus kind of applied our product, our chase systems, and this kind of the public bus just applied our low floor suspicions. You can check the passenger way is lower, and the SO and the passenger room is very big. So this kind of the public bus can taking more people and more passengers. Okay, we're finished introducing about the suspicions products, and the next one and the next part I want to sharing is about our actual business to everyone. About our actual business is a very important, and the very it follows the chain system. And the both axles it can be divided into two parts, and one is AF zeros, and another is AR zeros. And AF zeros just mean it's afferent axles, and the AR zeros just mean it's axle, the rear axle. And the afferent axles is just can be divided radian axle, and the independent suspicion type axles. So let me sharing some clear detail to everyone about our reference front axle. We first just updated. We adopted the reinforced front axle and reinforced body to our products, so the loading capacity is better and the trafficability is greater. And both our front axle, we also adopted the brake disc brake system, and with its ABS standard configurations. And about the front axle, we also adopted the needle roller bearing type steering the knuckles during the knuckle, so the rotating angle is bigger, and the trafficability is better. And about the will have bearings also have a lot of information needed to sharing to everyone. And which a moment I was sharing a lot of information. And at first, right now, I just want to sharing the front axle the features to everyone. And about our the front axle, and front axle something such as uh and the will have bearings just can be reached the maintenance. The maintenance time or maintenance distance just can be reached the 8,000 kilometers. So we're just adopted the third generation the free maintenance will have to our front axle. Okay, and and about our rear axle, also a very important for the bus. Every kind of the bus just will have an agent, and the agent just output some powers, and the power just will output to the drive shaft, and by the transmission and by the drive shaft and the end just the wall reach the rear of the axle, and the rear axle just suffering the whole of the power and the output and driving the bus. So the rear of the axle is a very very important for the bus. Okay, let me sharing the details and some features to everyone for normal our products of the for rear axle to everyone. About our rear axle, about our rear axle at first, I just want to sharing it's about the manufacturing the process, about our axles housing, and the give of the axle housing just cutting by the robot frame. So so the seam of the axle just is welding by the computer controls, and the precision and the manufacturing efficiency is very high and very good. And about our axle housing and axle hand, we adopted the friction welding technology. The friction welding technology, as you know, is advanced welding, melting or welding the technology for axle manufacturing, and it's a kind of the solid welding technology, and without any other auxiliaries, without any other pollutions, and so the efficiency is very high, and the pollution and the efficiency is very high, and the efficiency is very high, and the precision is good. And both our actual hand, which is adopted the semi-finished products, and adopted the CNC turning and melting to manufacturing. So the manufacturing cost is also high. so the manufacturing efficiency is also high. And just finished some introducing about the exhaust hosing, exhaust gate, and exhaust hand. And about the painting, we also adopted the pure water type. The pure water type which is what make our product. The surface is look beautiful and lighter than other products. And with a moment, I will show some raw products to everyone for look our products surface and finished some introducing the next one. And the next one I want to sharing it's about the main reducer. And the main reducers we can offer two types, and one type is our manufacturing by ourselves. Yes, we have the production line and manufacturing the equipment of the axles and the main reducers and the gearbox. So we have the capability of the gear of the all kinds of the gear and the reducer. About another type just mean we can offer the products imported type for meet the custom the request and the custom the need. And about our gel reducers, the manufacturing the currents is just can be reached the DIY level. The DIN standard is from the Germany standard of the gel manufacturing, and the DIY level is the highest level. And about the general of the manufacturing, we just adopted the jaw cutting technology to manufacturing this. Just we adopted the special technology, so the operation, the noisy of the main reducers just by our tested the operation noises is low 6 to 8 decibel than other products. And both our bearing will have bearing also have a lot of information and a lot of the special technology to everyone. We focus on the will have technologies and the containers researching and developing. So right now and until now, we have developed the fourth generation that will have bearings. And the first generation will have technology. Just the maintenance time and the maintenance distance is very short, and about 1 year you need to check and on time ending some oils or adding some grease. The first generation will have bearings. Just it's a kind of the lubricated the grease technology. So it's an old technology. And the third generation and the second generation will have bearings. It's a kind of the lubricate. It's a kind of the technology that lubricated by the oil. And compare with the first generation, it's advanced, but it's still old technology. And the maintenance time and the maintenance distance is longer compared with the first generation. And the maintenance time generally is 13,000 kilometers and 13,000 kilometers. 30,000 kilometers, and the maintenance time is it's about 1 year. The maintenance time is about 1 year. About the third generation will have bearing just is, and the maintenance free will have check knowledge just occurred and has applicated for our Exos product. And the maintenance free will have it's a very advanced technology for will and generally even the maintenance time, the maintenance distance just can be reached 800,000 kilometers. So it's a very long. It's very long, and this kind of the technology just is lubricated the oil containers. So the lubricated so the maintenance of the warehouse is very good. So and the maintenance condition is very good. So, and the labor cost is will save a lot. And until now, just the fourth generation. The fourth generation will have appearance just occurred, and the maintenance time just can be reached as a whole life. And the maintenance distance just can be reached 1 million. So the performance and the using life is very amazing. Okay, just to finish some introducing about our pro structure and about our gel reducer and about we'll have bearings and about our suspension and so on. And the next one, I want to sharing more information about our scientification, about our design power, about our design the team, and about our inspection the equipment to everyone. And first one, I want to sharing some information about our inspection attribute. And for insurance of our products and guaranteeing our products qualities, we have built the six channel several laboratory and bench tests for our products, actual and suspicion products, and such as we have built the bench test of the brake system to test the brakes performance, and such as the bench test of the steering the knuckle to tame steering knuckle to test the steering performance and the rotating the performance, and such as the bench test of the axles products and bench test of the axle housing and bench test of the wheel hub, and so on. Also, we have some inspection items about the materials such as the hardness, and the content of the material, and so on. And also, we have a lot of inspection equipment for guaranteeing the materials and the materials quality, such as we have sealed spray machine to change the anti-rust performance of the materials, and we have the hardness machine and to change the hardness of the materials. And also we have built the first. And also we have built some information, built some equipment and some laboratories for our materials, for our products. And about our researching and developing capabilities, we have the TS196. We have TS16949 scientific manager system to guarantee and to manage our suppliers and materials and the manufacturing qualities. And about our laboratories, we have the CNAS certification, and the CNAS just means it's approved by the China National Assessment Association, and it's a kind of the certification of the laboratory about the inspection and calibrating the products and the parts and the size. Okay, just to finish some introducing and some introducing and the feature of the products. And the next one I want to sharing it's about something about it's about our production line. And the production line, we have built the first commercial assembly line of the axles, and it can realize the production in the product axles one tap collabing with the high precision and with the high precision and with the high efficiency. And also we have applied the MES system for our production line, and this kind of the system just can collect the materials and the people and the kitty parts, the information, and online, and to track the information in the futures, and to guarantee the product's quality, and guaranteeing our products qualities, and guaranteeing the manufacturing efficiency. Okay, just finished some introducing the some introducing about our certification, some inspection items, and some information, and some information, the structure parts, and so on and so on. The next one, when sharing some information about our developing capabilities, and we have packaged the Bing tools for our products developing and researching, such as APQP, PPAP, MES, and FMEA, and so on and so on and so on, and about our products can be manufacturing, like the next one. Okay, the next one I want to sharing is about our actual products. So where with the developing developing of the society, the people just can think about the pollution. So we just developing the new energy axles for our bus, and just apply this kind of bus, and compare with the traditional axles, and the transmission, and the drive shaft cancelled, and limited. So the passenger room and the chain spans just will saving a lot of, and also just because the motor directly installation with the driving shaft or transmission, so the driving efficiency just generally is can be reached 19.5, and our new energy axles just adopted the high speed the synchronous magnet high speed motor, and the installation each side. So the maintenance so the driving shaft, and the driving efficiency also is very good. Okay, and at last, we have talk a lot of information about our suspension and chain system to everyone. And if anyone still have any questions, welcome everyone leaving your questions under our videos. And at last, please allow me to introduce about our factories and about our energy team. And both our company, the Modit is a very professional supplier about chain system, and we just can offer suspicions and the chain system. And about our manufacturing capability, we have the capability of the axles manual output 1 year is 400 13,000 40,000 aside 1 year. And about suspicions, we have 100,000 per year the output. So we have strong power of the manufacturing the capabilities, and including and about our design capability. We have 700 workers worked for hour, and including 100 junior and senior engineering. Okay. And last, let me repeat again. My name is Jasper, and my name is Jasper, and I come from the knowledge, and our company's information and our product just is about and our products is suspicions and a chain system. And at last, let me summarize what I said using the picture. You can check this page. This page it's about our airbag base. Some details. And our airbag base, the volume is bigger about 15%, and just because our products and suspicions adopting a lot of advanced products. So about our suspicions, offside frequency generally it can be reached 1.3 frequency. And this picture just shows something about our low flow suspicion. You can check it's a combination by four types four piece absorbers, and four piece airbag base, and so on. And this picture is a real products about our low flow suspicions. Now this one is about it's a kind of the suspicion, the independent, and and the installation position is and the front of axle, and adopted two disc brake type. Okay, thank you for your watching, and thank you for your listening. Welcome everyone, send your email, and welcome everyone, send your inquiry to our email. Thank you everyone. Hello everyone, welcome to our live stream session. This is Zach from Mollet, and I'm live streaming from Zhengzhou City, and this is one of our most important manufacturing base in Zhengzhou. So we have been developing the auto part technology for over 16 years. As you all know, that Mollet is a company for tire, for the auto parts, especially for the bus suspension system, as well as the bus axles. Now, let's talk about one of our leading technology one by one, okay? But before that, I want to say that thank you for your attention and welcome to our live stream channel. So here we have different technologies used on our product. I'll show you some of the picture from our product. Okay, so now if you look at picture here, you can find that this is one of our products. Actually, it is the product of the suspension system, as well as the bus axles. And you can see two airbag mounted on top of that product. And also this is there are two sway bars at the top of our product. In this way, we will have a better performance as well as a great impact resistance from our suspension system. So and you can also see two braking discs at each side of the bus suspension, so it is very durable and reliable, and you don't need to change the braking disc very often. Another thing I want to talk about is that we have successfully developed our own technology. For example, the technology of the wheel and driving system, as well as the bus suspension system, the Spiralog technology, bolt and joint. Okay, now let's talk about them and talk about what are the advantages of these technologies. Okay, and first of all, let's talk about this great product here. So this is a rubber ball joint. A rubber ball joint. You can clearly see that this ball joint can be used on the picture on the suspension system here. And without the rubber ball joint, I can surely say that it is not easy for you to get a clear vision of what you have done. And also, if you have better performance product, you're welcome to recommend them to us. And this rubber ball joint is totally maintenance free. Okay, fully maintenance free. So it has a great impact protection characteristics, as well as the maintenance free, because the material is premium. For example, we use alloy at the each side of this product, and also the natural rubber in the middle. Okay, so by using the natural rubber, we can make it easier to maintain, and also it has strong impact protection characteristics. Okay, good. And let's talk about another great product from Molly. So as we all know, we need bolt and joint on the chassis, right? The bolt and joint. However, the bolt and joint has the very strong impact resistance characteristics. So I'll show you here. Okay, if you use the traditional model of your bolt and joint, you can easily find that it has very less winter resistance, temperature resistance, if you will. So if you put that on a very high temperature, it will melt very easily. Okay, if you put them in a very low temperature, however, the rubber part will get stiff, so it is also not durable. And as we all know, Monolith is a sub-company from Yutong, so our product will be exported to countries all around the globe. So our products were exported to countries around the globe. So we have African countries like Ethiopia, Egypt. Our products were also exported to countries like North European countries like Finland. Okay, and also the production rate, if you pay attention to our product radius, our product has a very big market share in Asia, because as a Molly company, we are in China, and our products were exported to Asian countries like Thailand, Indonesia, India, Pakistan, and Malaysia. Okay, and let's talk about let's get back to this Spare-Lock technology, bolt and joint. As I mentioned before, so our products were used in countries, in a very wide range of countries, so they have a better solution as well as a better performance. So the working conditions in different countries are different, actually drastically different. If you have a better solution compared to your competitors, this is the solution. So this is the Spare-Lock technology, bolt and joint. Okay, first let's talk about its materials. Okay, it uses very premium materials. You can listen to the sound. Okay, you can hear the clicky sound, right? So it is made of all metal. So it has the all metal design, and on top of that, you can find a protective coating upside. Okay, if you put it under a light, it has a impact protective coating, so which makes it waterproof as well as under corrosion. So these products were located at the bottom of the bus, so it will work in a very humid environment. For example, high acid, high temperature changes, or high humidity. Okay, so by using the protective coating, we can ensure that this one is reliable across the board, and hence it's durable over time. You do not need to maintain it. And also by removing the auxiliary materials of the rubber gasket or rubber joint, we can ensure that this product has a better solution compared to the traditional one. Why is that? Of course, this one has a better solution across the board. For example, it has the clicky sound like this. Okay, you can hear very clicky, and also, and this product does not use any rubber parts. So for the rubber materials, it will get stiff in very low temperatures, and it will get hard in it will melt in very high temperatures. So as I mentioned before, our products were exported to countries like tropical countries like Ethiopia, Indonesia. So the summer there is very hot. The temperature can rise up to 50 degrees Celsius. That is over 110 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's very, very hot. You cannot imagine that. Okay, so very hot. And of course, the rubber part there will melt, or at least get dysfunction when you use rubber gasket on the bottom, especially the key part like this. Okay, it is not reliable as well as durable. However, by using the Spiralock technology, things will be easier, because for this one we do not use auxiliary materials like the rubber gasket or rubber cushion. So as a result, it is very reliable, and it performs the same across the board. And also, this Spiralock technology is a US patented technology. Okay, so we bought the patent from America and use the technology on our product. What else? It has a very good anti-loose and anti-systematic characteristics. As for the size, you can see the size is very much universal. Okay, universal. So which means you can nearly find all the fitting thread, mother thread, from all over the world. Even when you at the least developed countries, you can find the fitting parts very easily. Okay, good. Now that's all for the Spiralock technology bolt and joint. Now let's talk about another great product from Mollet, which is, yes, this is our rubber gasket, rubber ball joint, and this one has a great pleasure. For example, this is the shock absorber here. Very reliable shock absorber. And the first thing I want to mention about this is it's its brand. Okay, the brand of this is Sachs. I'll show you here. SACHS. So this is Sachs brand shock absorber. Okay, so Sachs is brand from Germany. It is a very famous and even internationally renowned brand. Okay, so we have a better some great companies that adopts the Sachs products. For example, this shock absorber is accepted and adopted by ZF. Okay, ZF.
If you are in the auto industry, you will know that ZF is one of the biggest brand in Germany, and it is the world's most biggest and powerful transmission manufacturer and also auto parts manufacturer, if you will. Okay. And what else? Let's talk about the performance wise. Okay, the performance. So this SUX shock absorber has a great feature of, for example, if you use this shock absorber, you will instantly notice that this one has a bigger cylinder diameter compared to the product in the market. Okay, so actually this one has a cylinder diameter of 45 millimeters of diameter. Okay, 45 millimeters. So it's a very big number, and it is very much reliable and durable. By comparison, I will show you what the average performs in the market, and then you will know why our product is the best. Okay, so now let's compare them one by one. Okay, good. Now the first one I want to say is that we have a SUX of 45 millimeters, and from what I know, the market average 40 millimeters, and some of the brand, okay, even use 35 millimeters. You cannot imagine that. Okay, here let's talk about the materials that we use and the materials that the market other brand uses. Okay, this is the SUX shock absorber. I just showed you. The diameter of this cylinder is 45 millimeters. Okay, and this is the market average. Okay, so this is from the statistic average from the market is 40 millimeters. Okay, so it's much thinner compared to our product. And some of the brand in the market, I'm not allowed to mention the name, but I know some of them use the shock absorber with a diameter of only 35 millimeters. Okay, only 35 millimeters. So it's a very small number actually, and I want to say that I have nothing to say. The number speaks. Okay, so if you use a better material, a wider and bigger shock absorber cylinder, you will definitely get better performance. However, I cannot deny that there is no denying some of the brand can use better performance with a smaller shock diameter of cylinder. That's achievable, but overall the better material leads to the better performance. That is the universal principle in our market. Okay, now apart from the material, I want to lead to another topic. Why some of the premium material does not yield the extreme performance. I have questions. Okay, so firstly, I want to know that if there is a better performance across the board. So for example, if we have a performance of 35 millimeters, okay, And that is because our engineer just tuned different performance in different speed areas. Okay, for example, our engineers tuned for different damping force in different speed areas. Okay, so before that, let me introduce the concept of damping force. Damping force. I just use dP to stand for the damping force on my board because it's easier to illustrate. Okay, and yes, dP, the damping force, has a so we have a lower damping force. The higher the damping force is, the more stiff the suspension system gets. That is the overall principle. So our engineers tuned for the damping force in different speed areas. So as a result, the shock absorber will perform differently in different speed areas. Okay, so let me give you some examples of this, and then let's talk about why should we do that and what are the advantages of it. Okay, now firstly, let's talk about the damping force. So in very low speed, for example, if the bus is running in a very low speed, okay, so what do you expect from the shock absorber? Okay, so you want the shock absorber to be stiffer or softer. So if there is a very big sized pit in front of the bus, and your bus is about to ride on that pit, okay, so do you want your suspension system to be stiffer or softer? My answer is stiffer, because the softer the suspension system is, the more wiggle you'll get when your bus is running on the pit. Okay, for example, your bus will be like this if you have very soft suspensions. Okay, so that is why we use the stiff suspension in very low speed. So in that way, our engineers just increase the damping force to achieve that. And now let's talk about what happens if we are in a very middle range of speed. Okay, so in the very middle range of speed, it often comes with the city bus on the road cruising at the speed of the 60 kilometers per hour to 80 kilometers per hour. So that is called the cruising speed. So what will the bus performs in the cruising speed? Well, firstly, the cruising speed has a better performance compared to the other products. And another thing I want to talk about is that in the cruising speed, this new energy bus want a softer suspension. Why? Imagine if you are a passenger on our bus, and the bus is running at a constant speed of 60 or 80 kilometers per hour. You want to lay out and maybe open a book and chill and listen to some music. So in that speed area, the comfortable is the priority of the passengers, right? Well, if you have a better performance and you want to add it on the suspension system to make it softer, so that is why we decrease the damping force. Okay, we decrease the damping force at the middle speed range. in that way, we will make the suspension softer and hence provide better performance for our passengers, so they will be more comfortable across the board. Okay, now another thing I want to talk about is that at the very high speed here, at a very high speed, the performance will be different. So how different? How, you may ask? Well, the at a very high speed of the damping force, we just increase the damping force. Okay, so if your bus is going up 100 kilometers per hour, in that speed, I think the safety is your number one priority, because you have the urge to get ahead of other vehicles. So you have as a result, if you want to get ahead of other vehicles, you will easily find that it is not easy to get ahead of them and have a longer way and longer solution way to maintain that high speed. And as a result, we want to know a better solution. What will a better solution be? We just increase the damping force so that we have a stiffer ride and very high damping force. Okay. Now let's talk about another great product. Here, I will show you. This is our shock absorber here, and that is our ContiTech airbag. Okay, here. Now you see beside me, this is a ContiTech airbag from Mollet, and you can see it has a great it has a very big volume of it. Okay, so the volume is about 50% bigger compared to our competitors. So 50% bigger. Okay, so the bigger the volume is, the better performance it will get, because it can contain more air for our suspension system. Okay, now let's talk about another product, another feature of this airbag. So first, let's talk about the brand. Okay, the brand. If I say ContiTech, it may not ring a bell to you. And if I say Continental, okay, Continental airbag, it does ring a bell, because the Continental airbag has a greater performance. It has a 4 layers of curtain. Okay, 4 layers of curtain. You can see that from the picture. Okay, if you cut that thing open, you will find there are 4 layers of curtain inside this airbag, and but inside of it, it has a greater performance across the board. Okay, so the more layer of curtain it has, the more impact resistance it has. Okay, like this. Okay, if I curve that like this, it will get back to its original form very easily. It's very easy for the airbag to get its original form because of the 4 layers of curtain. So by comparison, I will give you some references. So this ContiTech airbag can be found at the most of our Yutong buses and of the suspension system from Mollet. Okay, from Mollet. So as for the brand, ContiTech, Does it have something to do with the brand Continental? Yes. Okay, if you are in the auto market, you will notice that Continental is the great manufacturer of tires. Okay, it is famous for manufacturing high performance tires for Porsche high-end brand like Porsche, BMW, or Porsche, BMW, Audi, or Mercedes. Okay, so it has very good performance across the board and very good impact resistance compared to the other products. And let's talk about the brand ContiTech. So ContiTech is jointly developed by Mollit, which is our company, and Continental. Okay, Continental is famous for manufacturing rubber products, and this product has a greater performance across the board. Okay, now what about the performance of this airbag? Well, we measure the performance of the airbag by this concept called offset frequency. Okay, I will show you the offset frequency here. Okay, this is the offset frequency. Sorry. Offset frequency. Okay, so it has a great offset frequency performance. So I will quickly introduce the concept of the offset frequency. So the higher the offset frequency is, the more noise or vibration you get from the ground. So the lower the offset frequency is, the less the vibration or the noise you get from the ground. So as a result, it has a offset frequency of 1.1 Hertz. And the offset frequency measures the amount of vibration or noise being transmitted inside the passenger's cabin. So with very high offset frequency, we can assure you that our product has a better performance across the board. Okay, and now let's talk about the performance of this is very, very important. Okay, so the performance of the airbag is not solely measured by the offset frequency. It is also being maintained very regularly. So if you have a modular design of your airbag, you would have a better performance and easier repair maintenance cost. For example, if you use a traditional design of airbag, it will have a not so much performance compared to your competitors. If you have a better performance compared to this ContiTech airbag, I can assure you that you will have a zero tolerance on this airbag. Okay, so so the airbag does not only uses the premium material like the 4 layers of curtain, a bigger volume of the airbag. The modular design also makes it easier to fix and maintain. And for example, if you want to change a certain part on the airbag, the only thing you need to do is to remove the part, whatever you need to change or fix it, and reinstall it back. It's easier for you to maintain and get ahead of the product from your own. Okay, and yes, that is all I want to talk about this Conti-Tech airbag. It has great materials, 2 more layers of curtain compared to the market average, and modular design, which makes it easier to fix, and also its performance is better compared to the product in the market. Okay, now let's talk about this one. This is one of the biggest advantage from Mollet. I'll show you here. This is called the wheel end. Okay, this is a wheel end. Actually, this one in my hand is our 4th generation of the wheel end. It's our 4th generation of the wheel end. Okay, now this wheel end have a better solution across the board. It's had a very long maintenance life. Actually, it is maintenance free, and it has a life of up to 1,000,000 kilometers. Okay, so 1,000,000 kilometers, it's a huge boost. And the 1,000,000 kilometers is on the road bus. If you install that on a city bus like this, you can have a 800,000 kilometers of life expectancy. Okay, yes, 800,000 kilometers for this and 1,000,000 kilometers for road bus. You may ask why is the life longer than this road bus? Well, actually, road bus ride in a very constant speed. For example, a speed from 80 to 60,000 kilometers. However, if you ride on the bus, if you install the bus on this, this wheel end will only have a lifetime of 800,000 kilometers. So this is very this is relatively shorter. Actually, it's about 20% shorter, because this city bus will be constantly stopped and starting in the city, and its speed is always under 50 kilometers per hour, which will put more pressure on the wheel end. So it have a relatively shorter material, a shorter lifetime for our product. Now, let's talk about another different features of this product. The most important one is that this material is premium. This is of premium performance. So this outer hook is imported, as well as the ball bearing system. Actually, this ball bearing system is integrated. Okay, there is the outer hook and an inner hook, and the ball bearing in the middle is totally integrated, and it can be easily installed on the hook and move freely. Okay, so we use imported ball bearing system, oil cell, as well as the integrated hoop system. For the lubrication oil, we also use the imported product. We only need to apply a very small amount of it, and it has very low friction and very less heat produced, so which is very important, especially for this maintenance-free wheel end, because it saves a lot of energy, and it has a low friction and low heat produced. Hence, the only thing I want to mention is that the life expectancy for this one can be up to 1,000,000 kilometers, as well as the performance across the board. So we have, and this is another thing I want to mention, is that we often have 3 different distinct materials. It is very easy to assemble and disassemble. Okay, and the only thing you need to do is to check every 150 kilometers or 12 months, whichever comes first. Okay. Yes. And the other thing, let's talk about its performance. Let's talk about its performance. Okay. All right. So this one, the wheel end, does not intervene with the front braking disc. Does not intervene with the front braking disc. So the front braking disc has a performance of only 1.1 hertz, 1.1 hertz, and it does intervene with our first and second generation of the product. So when you have to change the front braking disc, you have to remove the wheel end first, because the wheel end is located just outside the wheel end, the front braking disc. So it is very troublesome when you want to change the braking disc. Okay, and for our 4th generation of product, which is here, we do not need to change that. Okay, it is very easy to get and from our product. Now let's talk about another great product. Here is the last one I want to mention is that the manufacturing process of our axle housing. I'll show you here. So in this picture, we have the axle housing. If you pay attention to the seam between the upper part and the lower part of the axle housing, you will easily find that it is welded together. Okay, and originally they are not together, but now they are welded together. Okay, if I talk to you the welding processes. Okay, the welding processes. It may sound like that the welding process. The workers will putting on a mask, and holding a welding gun, and this is the conventional or the stereotype, conventional impression or the stereotype of the welding processes, the arc welding processes. So actually it's very dangerous for the workers, because it will produce very much heat, and the sparkles were spread all over the place. So this is a great performance across the board. However, this is not what we use on our welding processes. Actually, we use the friction welding processes for our product. So what do you mean by friction welding processes? Actually, the welding processes belongs to the gluten welding processes. The surface does not melt or condense, and the energy consumption is only 20% of the traditional product. The energy consumption is only 20% of the traditional arc welding processes. Another thing I want to talk about is that we have can provide a safer environment for our workers. For example, we have removed the welding gun and use the full automation for our entire manufacturing processes. So our workers do not need to hold a welding gun or putting on a mask and face directly to the heat and the sparkling. Well, we can achieve that manufacturing processes with full automations. So the workers only need to face on the computer, or they can putting on some programs, and then the machine will do the job. How can it achieve that? Okay, first, the axle housing were initially cut open by the robot flame. And then we put in all the gearboxes and materials needed for manufacturing the process. And then after putting on all the auto parts, then we put the two axle housing together, and then we weld them together by the arc welding guns. Actually, it's powered by the robot. No one will involve in that place. Another thing I want to talk about is that the welding processes do not need any auxiliary materials or gases needed for the product. It is totally automated, and also the energy can be saved up to 20%, and the product efficiency is from 1 to 100 times more efficient compared to traditional manufacturing process. There is no need for any auxiliary materials such as the welding bars or protective gas such as the carbon dioxide. Now let's talk about another great product from Mollet, which is our wheel and driving system. Here. Okay, look. Traditionally, we have our center driving system like this. So we put the engine directly at the back of the vehicle, and the power from the engine will be transmitted by the center transmission. So we can provide a power for the two wheels. However, this is not efficient nor reliable, because when the engine shuts down, you cannot move the vehicle anymore, and the total energy of the system is only 70%. So we have a greater performance by adopting the wheel and driving system. If you pay a closer attention on the picture, you will find it takes much less auto parts, less materials to manufacture the driving system, the wheel and driving system, but we need to install two motors, each at the side of the wheel. In this way, when one engine shuts down, we can still we can still move the vehicle with another engine left. And to ensure the stability, we use the sway bar as well as the rubber ball joint here on the chassis system. So it's very much reliable, and protective for our system. Okay, now let's take a closer look at our product here. Let's take a closer look, shall we? So this is a closer look at the wheel and driving system. It is made of a sway bar to ensure its stability and the airbag, the contact airbag, to make sure that the passengers get enough cushion or suspension from our passengers. Another thing I want to mention is that the gear reducer is also made to put on the performance for our product, and the dual cross-arm suspension wishbone, okay, we call them double wishbone suspension, will provide the support for the entire chassis system as well as the wheel and driving axles. Okay, now the most important part, the key part, is the high engine speed motors. Okay, it will provide the power for the two sets of the wheels. And another advantage, as you can see from the picture, we only adopt one set of the wheels at the back. So traditionally, you can see the two models like this. They use a double rear tires. However, this only takes one set of the tires. Okay, so it can save much space, hence enlarge or provide a wider passageway for our passengers inside the cabin. Okay, and another advantage is that when one of the engine shuts down, you can still drive the vehicle by the other set of the e-motors. And because of the e-motors position is located just beside the wheel, so the torque can be distributed directly to the power of the product. The total efficiency of this wheel and driving system can be up to 1.1 hertz. Okay, up to 95%. 95%. So it's a very big number compared to 80% or 70% for our traditional center driving system. Now, another thing, let's talk about the reliable anti-loose and anti-seismic characteristics. So we have a wheel and driving system and the maintenance-free wheel and system. And the technology I just covered, including the double wishbone support system, the spare lock technology bolt and joint, the maintenance-free rubber ball joint, the maintenance-free wheel end system. Actually, it's our fourth generation of the system, and also we have the friction welding processes for our bus axles, which can achieve a weight reduction as well as the lower energy consumption and the efficiency increase, and as well as the contact airbag and the shock absorber with 45 millimeters of diameter in its cylinder. Okay, good. And basically that is all I want to talk about in our today's session. Remember, I'm Dak from Knowledge. If you want to know more, you're welcome to leave a message, or you can visit our website, our official website. It's dyaxle.com. It's dyaxle.com. Okay, so you can find all the solutions and the specifications from Mollet. Now, thank you all for your attention today, and I will see you in our next session. Okay.
大家来吧。我靠！满屏都是广告，你没有给它整掉的。Hello everyone. Hello everyone. This is Jasper. And just once, my college has introduced a lot of information about our company information and about our product information. So, and turn me to introduce and talk about in suspension and axles in the chain system for everyone. Okay, and our company is Mortgage Corporation Limited, and my name is Jasper, and from Zhengzhou Duoyuan in the Mortgage Corporation, and we are a strategy partner, and and together building the change system, devising and for sales, and researching change system and suspension and axles products, and our have over 16 experience about change system. After 16 experience, and after 16 years developing, we have become the strategy of the Yutong of the globe. Yes, we are the Yutong group, the device, and focus on developing, researching, and manufacturing chain suspension and axle products to the world. And also in the domestic market, we are the leader, and including the world market, we also have a big holder market, and so let me introduce clear detail to everyone. And And our products just mainly fabricated all kinds of the baths, such as public baths, such as coach or transportation baths, and also including some special purpose baths, such as school baths and so on. And our products has exported to a lot of countries, such as Russia, such as Germany, even America, and including Asia, Thailand, Malaysia, and Egypt, and so on. So our products approved by the market, and the suffering enough experience from the market, and to optimizing our products fitting and performance. And right now I want to sharing about our products features to everyone for name our products and expand our products brand to the world. And our product brand is Molly's brand. And our products can be replaced by ZF brand. Yes, our products has the same standard for the ZF suspicions and axles, and it can change together. And the first one want to introduce that it's a special technology ball and nut technology for adopted for our suspicions. And as you know, bolts and nuts is a very key, very important for the suspicions, and for anti-losing, and for the stable performance of the suspicions. So I wanted to sharing a very different bolt and nut technology. Just mean it's a spiral lock technology, the bolt and nut, and applied for our suspicions products. And the bolt and nut on my hand, it's from the spiral lock, and the spiral lock bolt and nut is from USA, and it have a USA patent. And this kind of the bolts and nuts, it's a can installation with the standard screwed, so the using is easy, and this kind of the bolts and nuts, it can keep the high performance under the very trouble conditions, such as high temperature, such as high water condition, and so on. So it's a very stable product. And also this kind of the bolts and nuts, it can be used without any other auxiliary parts, such as gasket, submarine gasket, and stop gasket. So the using of the bolts and nuts is also easy. And the second feature I want to share to everybody. It's about our structured bus. Structured bus is also have some special technology, such as our stabilizer bus material. It's made by the high strength spring steel, and just mean it's different. the body have high strings, so the stabilizer bar just can suffering enough track and will make our suspicions is more stable. And the about our steering knuckles, about our spherical hand also have some special technology, such as first this kind of the parts it's mean a spherical hand, and you can check them. And the structure just it's made by the frame and the material, two parts. And the material, the rubber material, is made by the nature rubber. So then and this part, this means the rubber part. It's made by the vulcanization mode, and so this parts just will have a more advantage life, and the using life is longer. And about the frame also you can check the processing technology just is made by forged, so and the material also adopted for high spring strings steel. So the body also is stronger. And about our bearings bashing, just then it's a bearing bashing also adopted the natural rubber materials, and additionally we adopted the pre-compacting technologies for manufacturing and production. This kind of the technology just will save our manufacturing cost, and will make our labor cost be down. Just finish some introduction about our structured path. And the third feature, I want sharing about the airbag and about our airbag valve. And our air valve just we cooperated the wobble group, and the wobble group just all supplant the wobble valve to our and installation for our suspicion system. So our airbag absorber and our pneumatic brake systems, just the air source just by the wobble valves. So it can be quality, guaranteeing our products qualities, and can guarantee our brake system and the airbag system that can guarantee enough air sourcing, yes. Okay, and finish some introducing about our vowel key, and about the structure bus, and about Sparlock technology. I want to sharing about our absorbers system, about But our absorber system is also different from the other system, and as you can sharing some real product to everyone, and this part is it's an airbag we adopted for our suspicion system, and it's a separately design. And the next one I want to share is different from our separately designed airbag. The integrated design airbag, and the third type is the third side absorber. Just I mean it's a spring absorber, a spring gap absorber, and I will one by one to introduce. And show some detailed and clearly detailed to everyone. Here's the first one. I wanted to sharing is about our airbag to everyone. Our airbag it's have some different technology, and this kind of the part just adopted the Unicode, and it's manufacturer's kitten, and compare with our competitor products. Generally the other products are manufacturer's kitten, so our product synchronize is synchronized than our more synchronized than our competitors' products. And also our airbag just we purchased from the county tag and cooperated with county tag for and optimizing containers our airbag products. And the next one I want to introduce is about our airbag base. About our airbag base, it can installation. Let me show you installation like this. So it's this design is designed separately, and it can be easy installation and uninstallation. So the labor cost, the maintenance cost just will be done and will save a lot. And the next one I want to sharing it's about our absorber, spring absorber. About our spring absorbers, you can check it's a SAM chap with the ZF, and it's a sex from the Germany, and we cooperated with Saks Group and developed it for this kind of the absorber. And the different is the cylinder of the diameter can be reached 45 diameters, and our competitor's product generally is 35 diameters. So our diameter cylinder is more bigger than other products, and just mean our product just while suffering enough shock from the body of the movement when the bus is running and runs. just because we cooperated with ZF and SAX and Candidac to develop it and adopted a lot of the quality products and the good performance part to our suspicions system. So we'll just make our suspicions performance is better, and when our tested, our suspicion offsite frequency generally is 1.3 offsite frequency. Generally, the other suspicion offsite frequency just it is 1.5. So our suspicion NVH is better. And just finished about our absorbers, spring gaskets, spring absorbers. I still want to sharing the special technology to everyone. Just mean it is a PCV valve. PCV valve is a kind of high comfortable valve technology. The high comfortable valve technology, and PCV valves just can be improving the comfortable without the sacrificing the body of the movement of the bus. And the pitching of the rolling of the bus, pitching of the rolling of the body of the movement just can be improving the diving force, increasing the diving force by the when the bus cross the low speed reading, and it also can keep the body can increasing the comfortable by the diving by the improving the diving force and also it can increasing the diving force when the bus is high speed reading and to keep the body of the movement. So it's a magic valve, and it's a very it's a magic valve, and it's an amazing technology adopted for our suspicions. And just finished some introducing. And just finish me introducing about our suspicions and exos and suspicions, and want to sharing is about our steering knuckle technology. About our steering knuckle, we adopted the needle roller bearing technology for our suspicion system. Just because this kind of structure, so we'll make our rotating angle is bigger than other products, and also the trafficability is greater, and the finish all of the feature of the suspicions, and want to sharing about our products independent suspicions, and independent suspicions just mean it you can and just mainly applied for the transportation bus for the passenger feeding, and another suspicions and one to sharing its low flow suspicions and mainly applied for the public bus. And just like you can check this kind of bus, these kind of products applied our low flow product suspicion, and this can and you can check the passenger room, the passenger way. The passenger way is more loud, and the asshole and the passenger room is more wild. Just mean the public bus can take a lot of the people, and more people than other traditional public bus. Okay, finish the suspicion path, and the next one I wanted to sharing and then I wanted to sharing this about about our actual product, and just as you know, it's can divide two parts, and SF0 and AR zeros and AF zeros, and AF zeros just mean it's a front axle, and the front axle just means the installation position is at front of the bus, and the rear bus and the rear bus and the AR zeros just mean axles just mean applied for axles front axle rear axle. And that just means the installation of the rear of the bus, and about our front axles, I want to sharing it's about our front axle. We adopted the reinforced front axle, the reinforced bodies to the front axle. So we'll make our front axle the loading capacity is better, and the travelability is greater. In both our front axle, we adopted the brake system and disc brakes and the drum brake system for front axles, and two kind of the structures and two kind of the systems. And about our front axles, we generally adopted the ABS standard configurations for our companies, for our customers, for options, and two kind of the brake system can match the different customer requests and needs. And also we adopted the third generation wall hub for the front axle. And both our wheel end bearings still have a lot of special technology to sharing to everyone. And at the moment I will to sharing. And about our front axles, we generally adopt. And about our front axles, we generally we adopted the front axle, the third generation bearing will be third generation will have bearings. Okay, and finish this part of the front axle, the sharing, and then the next one I want to sharing is about our rear axle. About our rear axle, as you know, rear axle it's very important for the bus, and just because the rear axle and wanted to suffering enough the power from the engine from the driving shaft and to output the and to driving the bus so the main reducer riser can suffering enough the torque and to offer the torque. It's very important. And both our front axle and both our rear axle, and the next one I want to sharing at first I want to sharing it's about our rear axle. The first one I wanted to sharing is about the key of the axle housing. Just cutting by the robot frame, and the same of the axle housing. Axle housing just can be easily controlled by the robots, and the precision is high, and the manufacturing efficiency is high. And about our axle hand and the axle housing, just adopting the friction welding the technology to welding and to melt it. And the friction welding technology is a kind of solid welding technology, and this kind of the free welding technology without any other auxiliaries materials, and without any other without any other welding materials, without any other pollution. So it's a very easy and a very high efficiency, and it's a very helpful. It's a very products and technology. And the next one we're sharing is about our axle hand, and about our axle hand, and we adopted the semi-finished products technology, and by the CNC melting, and by the CNC and melting and equipment from the Australia to manufacturing it, and can make our processing is high efficient. So the next one is about I still want to sharing. It's about our code. It's about the painting, and about our painting. We also adopted a special technology. It's a water painting technology, water painting type to coating, and will make our axle surface is beautiful and lighter. Is more beautiful and lighter, and have a longer anti-rusting performance. And just to finish, let me introducing about our the axle housing and axle housing manufacturing, and what sharing. It's a very important part, and it's named gel reducer and main reducer, the manufacturer. And about our main reducers, we just adopted two kind of the main reducers for the customer two options. the first one tab is made by ourselves, and we adopted the draw cutting technology to manufacturing it and can make the process precision and accuracy to be the DIY level. The DIY level is from the Germany's of the gel reducer standard of the manufacturing, and the DIY level is the highest level. And then about our manufacturing and by the tested and our main reducer the operation noisy is lower than our competitors' products and about 66 and 629 decibels. And the next one, I wanted to sharing is about our the main reducer imported from the USA and for the different or high different customer requests and to meet the different customer needs and different customer needs. And the next one I want to sharing is about our about wheel and bearings. Well, about our wheel and bearings, we focus on and optimizing wheel and technologies, and until now we have developed the first generation the wheel and bearings, and the first generation wheel and bearings and it's lubricating the grease, and you need to add some oil and to add some grease, and the maintenance time is about 1 year. You need to check and you need to check on the maintenance online, and the maintenance time is about 1 year, and maintenance distance is about 1,000 years, 10,000 kilometers, 10,000 kilometers, yes, 10,000 kilometers, and the next 10,000 kilometers. And it's old technology and was saving and will waste a lot of the labor and while increasing the labor cost and the customer cost, and it's very complicated. And the second generation, it's a lubricated oil, and compared with the first generation, it's advanced technology, but it's still old technology for maintenance, for wheel and bearings, and this kind of the wheel and technology is lubricated and you still need to check, and you still need to maintenance and to add some oils and to maintenance it, and the maintenance time about the 30,000 kilometers, and the maintenance time is about 1 year or 2 years, and still is well save and well waste some lower labor cost. Labor cost, and until now the third generation and the first generation just is occurred, and the third generation and the fourth generation is maintenance free wall and bearings. generally the maintenance distance can be reached 100 kilometer, 800,000 kilometers, and 2 to 1 million kilometers. So it's a very long kilometers and long distance. And the maintenance distance and the maintenance interval generally can be reached 7 years or 10 years or for life. You don't need to maintenance it. So it's a very convenience for our customers. And the lubricated type is it's lubricated the oil containers and on the holes and okay, just finish me introducing about the technology and about our well-end bearings, and next one. And the next one I want to showing it's about our rear axle for our rear axle equipment and rear axle some scientification, rear axle some inspection details. Okay, let me one by one to introducing both our and first I want to sharing it's about our inspection attributes. And about our inspection attributes, we have built the six channel servo laboratory to test our axle system, and the first one. And the first one I want to sharing is about the bench test of the brake system to test the brake system the performance, and the next. And we also have built the bench test of the suspensions, and such as the bench test the steering level, ladder, and the connecting bar, and so on. The steering knuckles bench test. To test the structure's past performance, and to test the using life, and both our axle paths, we also built some bench tests, such as bench tests of the axle housing, such as the bench tests of the all axle hand, such as the bench tests of the axle the hand, and so on. Also, about our wheel and bearings, we also have built the bench test to test the material, to test the using life, and so on. And about our inspection equipment, we have cell sprayed rust machine to test the anti-rust of the materials, and about our materials handlings, and we have a handling machine to test the materials handling, whether it can meet the design request. And also we have the three coordinate measurement machine to test the dimension of the size of the materials and the structures is whether it can meet the design request. And also we have spectral the machine to change the materials factors and content. And as you know, different content of the material will have a different fraction effect in the materials. And about our the material, about our materials, and about our satisfaction, we have got the INTF 16949 quality manager system to guarantee our suppliers, guaranteeing our materials is good, and to manage it and to guaranteeing our products quality. And about our laboratories, we also have built the first laboratory. We have got in the CNES certification. The CNES is approved by the China National Association assessment, and it's a government and it's a government and to test the laboratory whether it's qualification and whether it's good or bad. And about our production line, we have built the first commercial assembly line of axles in China, and it can realize one tabs with high precision and with high efficiency. And also we have adopted the MES system, production system for our production line. And the MES system is a kind of the online management system, and it can online recycling and collected the data of the people, of the material, and the structure and the parts and a lot of the information to update it online. So for the problem that will occur in the future, so it's a very convenient, and it's a very convenient. And the next one just finished some introducing about our science fiction. I still want to sharing about our product researching and developing the power. And about our product researching, we have built and matching the package by the five being the tools such as APQP, PPAP, MES, FMEA, and so on to down the maintenance cost, to down the developing cost, and also we have CND drawing and the CATIA software to inspection and help our engineer to guaranteeing the quality of our products. Okay, and at last, let me introduce and sharing a very different axle to everyone. Just and you can check this picture. It's a new energy picture, new energy axle we have developed for our new energy bus, and has applied for this kind of the bus. And with the society developing, the people just can become thinking about the new pollution problem. So we developed the new energy axles for new energy bus, and new energy axles with don't need any other oil, and so it's have a high electric performance, and our new energy axles compared with the traditional axles, the driving shaft and transmission are unlimited, so the chain spins will save a lot. So the structure of the chains is more compact, and the okay, thanks. And last, let me repeat. My name is Jasper, and from the Mollis Corporation. And our company have over 700 workers worked for our company that manufacturing the axle and suspension products. And last, let me summarize what I said. The picture is about our new energy axle structure, and you can check the structure. The motor just in direct installation with the gearbox, so the driving efficiency generally is very high. And our new energy axle generally can be reached 95%. And this page just show a real products about our new energy axle, and you can check its installation 2 airbag, and it's independent structure suspension. And this picture shows details about our axle, hosting, about our axle hand. For our axle hosting, about our axle hand, you can check the surface is very beautiful, and the surface is lateral. And this page just show some details about our PCV valves, and our PCV and Spiralock technology, and can be used rapidly, and it can match with the standard screwed, and its Spiralock tab can also be used to produce 10 screwed hole with same anti-losing performance, and can reliable anti-seismic, and anti-lose performance, and significantly improve the service life of nuts and bolts. This page just shows some very clear details about our spherical very coherent, just very coherent. You can check. And this page just shows about our PCB well detailed. PCB well detailed. Our PCB well advantage is the paging and the raw stability of the vehicle body can be improved by increasing the typing force in the low speed reading. It's the first one. And the second is the lower typing force in the middle speed error can improve the vehicle comfortable. Okay, thank you for everyone watching, and thank you for listening, and thank you for welcome everyone to subscribe our channels, and welcome everyone to check our videos. And also we have LinkedIn, and we have LinkedIn, and we have Twitter, and we have Facebook account, and thank you everyone. Welcome everyone to check our website. Thank you. Bye bye.